Hey, what up? What up? What up? It's the homie Pedro. I'm gonna talk about not turning a misdemeanor into a felony. I'm sure you guys have probably heard this before, and this pertains more to how you act around a cop, a police officer, whatever. Like my previous video, I just I related to him. It's like just negotiation 101 is also there's hand gestures, stuff like that, but they carry their vest, stuff like that while they're talking. But yeah, I was just, and I made sure to keep my hands in plain sight while I was talking to him. And then I, empathize with him. I said, I'm going through, a hard thing. Not sure if my fiance are broken up or not. I know alcohol's a depressant. Like, this is dumb. But, when you're feeling emotional, you're not thinking rational. Basically, is what I was saying. I could be pretty articulate sometimes, and then sometimes I'm just like, "Ugh, ugh, ugh," and I think I'm articulate, but I'm not. But anyways, um, when he ran my name, he's like, yeah, let me just run your name, see if you got any warrants or anything." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, sure." I was like, do you want to see my ID?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, sure." So I showed him my ID, and I was wearing my firefighter stuff. I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's kind of embarrassing, but." And he's like, "No, no." He's like, we all go through struggles, trials, tribulations, stuff like that." And then he told me something funny. He's like, "I remember you." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I responded to something, and you made a joke, because I was being detained because they were looking for my brother, and I told them, I was like, I'm not obstructing. Like, I really don't know where he's at." And then, sure enough, my brother, they just found him. Different brother, not the one that was wanted for like serious stuff. Um, but yeah, my mom had called the cops on him. I didn't know he was threatening her, anything like that. We were just hanging out normally like a family. Anyways, so I'm detained, and I'm walking, and I tell him, I was like, how far do you think I could run? Like, how far do you think I can get? Well, I couldn't move my hands. My hands were behind my back, but I was like, I'm thinking maybe 3 steps. 3 steps. I was like, "Should we bet?" He's like, "Dude, you don't want to make that bet. You're losing all the way." And I was like, It made you laugh though, and it did. It made him laugh. And then since they weren't initially looking for me, he's like, "All right, well, um, all right, we're gonna separate you from your brother." And because my brother's a little more hot headed, and so my brother went to jail, and they cut me loose and just sent me back home. Um, but I have seen as a little mixture of creatine and water. So, but here's another one. I've seen, and I'm gonna talk about 4 different cases that I've seen personally. Well, the last one I didn't, but I think it's funny because it was a cop that told me this when I was training with him in MMA at Jeremy Horns. And so, anyways, one of them I saw this guy. He was drinking, and there was 3 cops around him at a bus stop. There was a bus stop. He was only going to get a public intox. Punched a cop. What do you think they did to him? Do you think they, "Oh, sir, oh, please put your hand"? No, no, no. They slammed his head. They did all that stuff, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I guess it's that F around, find out thing that's going around, which is, I think that's something I could get behind because a lot of people don't know until they find out. And now, the second one, it was a dude outside a bar spit on the cop. That's assault. These are all prison stuff. Like, if you assault a cop, like, the judges have no sympathy for you. And then also when a cop sees that as your charge, where do you think they put you? Do you think they put you with the safe inmates? No, no, they don't. And then the third one, this one was in jail. This kid, he was probably 18, 19. He couldn't have been older than 20. Real young, little kid, man. He was about 120 pounds, probably like 5'4", 5'5". I don't know if he had like some Napoleon complex. And I mean, I gotta admit that the guard, he could have been nicer, you know, but that's how a lot of guards are. They don't want you to get comfortable in jail. It works for some people. Like I know I like me personally, I like opening up a fridge and choosing what to eat. I like being able to walk outside. I like jogging at night. These things are things you cannot do in jail. At least in ADC out here in Salt Lake. But yeah, he swung on the cop, and but it was because he was getting. You could see it in his face. He's. And so it's like he's telegraphing that he's gonna punch, and it was a looping hit, barely grazed the cop. Cop's like 6'2", probably 240 pounds of muscle, picks him up, slams him against the wall. Then, of course, they're seeing this on camera. So then the whole goon squad comes in, and man, yeah, they did not treat him well either. I mean, he got beat up pretty bad, and then the CO he was telling everybody he had a mandatory thing. Everybody come out their cell, and then he explained he's like, that kid was gonna get out in 2 days on a misdemeanor. Now he's going to prison for assaulting a police officer, and he's like, this is why we tell you guys, like, think before you act, like whatever it is. And he's like, and judging by that kid's size and his temperament, he's probably not going to do too well. And now the fourth story, it's funny because there's this movie called Weapons where the guy asks, is there anything going to poke me? And this guy, he really, like, I was training, and I'll ask cops, like, dude, what's the craziest thing, like, or funniest thing? And he's like, oh my gosh. He's like, my partner searched this guy. And he said, is there anything gonna poke me? Anything gonna stick me? And the guy, the guy's like, no, no, of course not. And then sure enough, it was a hypodermic needle. Dude lost his shit. Lost it. Ooh wee. Man, he beat the brakes off of him. According to him, he's like, dude, it was pretty bad. And then he's like, my partner just freaked out, like, oh my gosh, I think I got AIDS or something now, like you know. And he was like, he remembers thinking like, I was so glad because he's like, I was gonna search him, but instead my partner like got in the way. He's like, oh no, I'll search him. I got this. I was like, okay. And so yeah, do not turn a misdemeanor into a felony. Please, and just misdemeanors are easy to come by. Like me the other day, it was public intox. But they didn't even write me a ticket. They didn't write me a ticket. All I did was compliment him. And he actually sat down by me, and then when he said that he recognized me, I mean, obviously it was hard to like recall. And then when he was telling me, I was like, oh yeah, yeah, that's how he knows me. But yeah, do not turn a misdemeanor into a felony. Because I saw one of the funniest YouTube things. It's like some girl freaking out over over a trespass. She could have just walked away, and no, she ended up like resisting arrest and let's see, disturbing the peace, all sorts of stuff. She could have got assaulting a police officer, um, but yeah, obstructing justice, violation of probation. But yeah, she was lucky; she got away with 15 days. I mean, also you got to be aware of like who you are as a person. I mean, she's like a skinny white girl, stuff like that. Um, if you're Hispanic or like of color and you're a male, dude, not only that, it was a female on female stuff, and the female was being very like it's funny. I gotta find that video and link it in the description. But yeah, just uh, that's it. Do not turn a misdemeanor into a felony. And those are four stories. I know three are true because I've seen them in the first, and then the way that that cop was explaining it to me, and then seeing the movie Weapons, I was just like, oh, okay, so that does happen. Because I was told this 10, 12 years ago when I was training with him, and cool cat, get his name though. Um, but yeah, One day at a time. All right. Carpe diem. One love. Peace out. Stay safe.